What's up, guys? Mitchell Watts with Town & Country TV, and today I am so excited to be standing at the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center at the BJCC in Birmingham, Alabama. We've got the Alabama International Auto Show, and we have somehow talked Ford Motor Company into bringing the Bronco, an extreme pre-production vehicle, to this show. And I'm so excited to give you a thorough walk around, show you everything that you need to know about your Bronco. Now, first off, before we go any further in the video, I do want to say a quick thank you to all of the people who placed a reservation Bronco order with us. We're Town & Country Ford in Bessemer, Alabama, if you didn't know, and Pell City, Alabama. And a lot of you guys have ordered vehicles with us, and we're very, very appreciative of that. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and jump into the video, kind of showcase a couple of different things, and kind of learn you something about the new Bronco. So as you can see, this is a very unique model. This is going to be the Badlands version, and I believe this is the mid package as well. We'll get into that here in just a second. But as you can see, this is the new orange color, or at least that's what I'm going to call it. I don't remember the exact name for this particular color, but I didn't like it on paper, didn't like it on the computer, but I love it in person. I personally wouldn't drive it because, we live in a state where you're either an Alabama fan or an Auburn fan, and I don't want to associate myself with any particular team. But anyways, nonetheless, let's take a look at this. Because this is the Badlands edition, you do have the carbonized gray front grille. You also happen to have your LED lighting, so let me go ahead and turn those on so you can see what that looks like as well. But it looks fantastic, guys. I'm going to really tell you about that. I think they did a really, really good job. In fact, let me just turn on the, there you go, so that you can kind of see the daytime running lamps, if you will. But you've got the LED with the surround here. It looks fantastic. But one of the things that everybody loves about this Bronco is everything is so modular. And that's kind of the theme behind the vehicle itself. This grille is designed to come out very simply with just a couple of small hand tools. You can swap it out, custom paint it, do whatever you want to. And that is also the same with this particular bumper. This is the heavy-duty modular front bumper. Now, the reason they call it a modular front bumper is because of a couple different things. This is actually winch capable. So Ford Accessories and Town & Country TC Customs sells a winch mounting solution for this particular vehicle and this particular bumper. And the cool part about it is these little end caps you see right here, you can actually unbolt these, and it actually gives you more approach angle as you're coming up these strong, aggressive rocks. Now, I'll tell you that my particular build has got this setup, this exact bumper, and I think on day one I'm going to remove these end caps and never put them back on. So that's kind of my 2 cents on that anyway. So let's do this. Let's continue walking around. I want to show you my next favorite feature of the Bronco, and that's going to be the actual fender flare. So as you can tell, this is the Sasquatch version, meaning that it's got a small lift to it, and it comes with 35-inch tires from the factory. To be specific, you've got 315 70 R17s. So what you've got here is a beadlock capable wheel wrapped around, and basically what that means is you can take this ring off, pop the bead to the other side, buy a specific ring that clamps that tire to the wheels. That way, if you're off-roading in heavy-duty off-road situations, the tire will maintain its seal to the wheel itself. Pretty cool stuff that you've got there. But it is a Goodyear MT tire, and a little Easter egg about that, this is a Goodyear Wrangler tire, but nowhere on it you're going to see the word Wrangler. You think that was done on purpose? I guess Ford doesn't want the word Wrangler on the outside of their Bronco, considering that's the direct competitor. But one thing that you'll also notice, the Sasquatch package comes with a deeper fender flare on the front, and compared to the normal non-squatched, is what people are calling it. It's not non-Sasquatch vehicles. It's got a bigger fender. But the cool part is you can remove these fenders just like you can that grille in very, very simple fashion. Just a couple of bolts, undoes it, there you go. Now, moving on to the door itself, this is the two-door version, not the four-door, but the two and the four-door all have removable doors. And you'll notice there's no frame on the door as well. There's no frame on the outside of the window. The thought process there is you roll the windows down, you hit one button, unlock it, pick up the door, and you can set it off and store it so that way you can ride with your doors off if that's something you want to do. Now, the two-door version doesn't have this ability because there's not enough cargo, but if the four-door is the one you're going with, you can store all four of those doors in the actual cargo area of the vehicle. We're going to cover that here in just a second a little bit more, but I want to show you in the rear of the vehicle, similar situation. You've got the tires, you've got the wide fender flare, and then you've also got your matching spare tire. I think that is fantastic, especially for the people that are going to be wheeling this truck on a daily basis. And the cool part is you also have your backup camera located right here as well. Now, speaking of camera, there's a lot of technology in the Bronco available. Now this one, obviously, as I've already mentioned to you, come on this way, I'll show you, is the mid package. So you don't happen to have the cameras located in the mirror, but like if you ordered one, like I ordered a Lux for myself, and it's got 360 camera all the way around. What's cool is it's got cameras located underneath here that is even shooting down and looking at the tires to make sure you're not going to pop your tire on a rock as you're off-roading. I think it's beautiful technology. So it's not just to help you park the vehicle better. It actually can help you in an off-road situation. And the same goes for that front camera as well. Now, a couple of other things I want to show you, like an Easter egg, if you will. Coming in here, now because we're at the auto show, they have to tape these off for legality purposes, but take a look at this, guys. You happen to have 3 different Broncos stamped into the actual gas. I think that's pretty cool. It's just an extra little touch that Ford does to make sure you know you're buying a Bronco. All right, now that we're on the inside of the Bronco, I want to show you a couple of cool features that I absolutely love. Now this, as I've already mentioned to you, is the Badlands version. This one has the marine grade vinyl, and the way you can tell that is because it has the washout floors. It's a really, really cool setup where it's got drain plugs built into the floorboard, and it allows you to drain everything out. You literally can hose out the entire inside of the vehicle itself. And speaking of that, you also happen to have up here on the roof, it's a removable panel. Now, automatically, Ford came out and said that we're going to give you guys a free sound deadening headliner, automatically added to every Bronco order for the 2021 year model. However, if you got a Badlands or you got something with the marine grade vinyl, they made you select it as a no charge option on top of that. And the reason for that is because Ford knew that, hey, if you got the marine grade vinyl, you might want to spray out the whole inside, and you cannot get that sound deadening headliner wet. It's a very, very big no-no. This particular vehicle is upfitted with a 10-speed automatic transmission. We're going to come into the engine here in just a second, but just know that that's what it's got. Now, you also happen to have your four-wheel drive selection, and you also happen to have your GOAT modes right here. It's really cool. All you do is twist the dial. It'll automatically change everything that needs to be changed to go and do what you're doing. So, for instance, if you wanted to go into sand, off-road Baja mode or whatever, it remaps the entire transmission, it remaps everything, and it also selects exactly which mode the transfer case needs to be in. Now, while we're in this area, I want to tell you about our window switches are located in the center console, and the reason for that is because the Bronco has removable doors. Now, it's really, really cool that you do that, so that way you roll the windows down, you take the doors off, you still have your buttons located right here. It's just nice that you have that ability. Looking at the center console of the vehicle, you have a badge that's got the specific VIN number and showing that it's proudly made in America. That's right, all 2- and 4-door Broncos are currently built in America, so I think that's pretty cool. Now, you also happen to have these little grab handles located right here and also located right here. The cool part about each one of these grab handles is you'll notice that they have these unique looking bolts that have Bronco stamped in them. You know that if it's got that Bronco logo in the bolt, it is completely removable and easily and designed to change out. So pretty cool stuff there. Now, you also happen to have your dashboard located right here. This one is upfitted with your 8-inch touchscreen. This has got the Sync 4 system, so you do have wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and things like that. This particular vehicle is not going to be a Lux package, and the way I can tell that is because it does not have the adaptive cruise control here on the steering wheel. Now, if you go with the Lux package on any of the Broncos, it gives you adaptive cruise control with stop and go. That's one of the things I couldn't really find on the internet, and I talked to a couple of my friends that has given me access to some of these Broncos, and they have actually mentioned to you that the vehicle does have stop and go, meaning that it can come to a complete stop, hold you there, and then when you're ready to start, the car will automatically start driving based on the radar sensors in the front bumper. I think it's pretty cool stuff. Now, if I had to guess, I would say this one's probably going to be a mid package because it doesn't have the 12-inch touchscreen. That is right, a 12-inch touchscreen is available on the high and Lux package of the new Bronco. So pretty cool stuff there. Push button start, and yeah, just a lot of really, really cool things. Because this vehicle is a Badlands, you've got a couple of extra buttons located right here on the dashboard. And one of these, this very first one, is going to be your sway bar disconnect button. I think that's fantastic. You can literally be flexed out on a rock, and you know what, I'm teetering a little bit. You hit that button, it automatically disconnects that sway bar so that way you can get all 4 tires back on the ground. You've got your front locking differential, rear locking differential, and this, which is going to be my favorite feature, is going to be trail turn assist. And then also you happen to have your traction control and hazard lights. So pretty cool stuff there. Now, you also happen to have in the back seat, you've got a very limited room because this is the 2-door version. Before we move on, I do want to tell you a little bit about the back seat. This is is the two-door version, so your passengers in the rear seat are going to have to come in and out of these front doors, but it's very simple. You've got now this is a pre-production model, so just kind of giving you fair warning in case something doesn't actually work out right. But you do have this particular seat, as you can see, it's already folded down, so you do have a little bit of extra space in that cargo area, but you can split them out and you still have enough room. Once again, if you need more room than this, you're going to want to go with that 4-door variant. Now let's take a look inside the back of the Bronco itself. Now it's interesting to note the door actually opens out and swings out. Now it actually does swing out further than what this one is going to do. We are limited because of the display that we have here, but it does normally swing out a lot further than that. I like this area because you do have the ability to hang accessories or a table off here. It even says accessory ready on the actual tailgate, so pretty cool stuff there. Now if you're interested in a Bronco and you're wanting to go with the soft top from the factory and then maybe buy a hard top later, you might want to rethink that. And the reason I say that is because you've got your windshield wipers and you've also got your heating element inside the glass itself. If you opt for the soft top from the factory and then buy the hard top aftermarket or at your dealer, keep in mind the connections for those two things are not going to be in the vehicle. So if you're looking to have both a hard and a soft top, you want to go with the hard top from the factory and then buy the soft top as an accessory after the fact. But as we open this up, you'll also notice a couple of different things. Because we've got the marine grade vinyl, the leather, or not the leather, but the rubber flooring actually continues all the way into the back as well. And you got a couple of other cool things like these little tie down points that you have the ability to strap stuff down, or if you wanted to put like a cooler back here, you have the ability to do that without it sliding around. Now, in addition to that, you also have a little small storage compartment up front, and then a little bit further back, you've got your jack and the filler nozzle for the easy fuel capless fuel filler system. Now, another thing I want to showcase to you is how this actual rear seat folds down. So it's pretty cool. You have the ability to lift the seat bottom up and out of the way and then fold the seat down as well, but you don't have to do it that way. If you pull this nozzle or this lever right here, guess what? It will automatically fall down and give you just a little bit of extra space. So pretty cool stuff there. Now, another thing that I want to show you, a couple of other things, is you happen to have some lighting located right here. You have a 12-volt outlet plug right here, and above all of that, you've even got the speakers mounted into the, it's not a roll cage because legally you can't call it that, but into this bar that covers you in case of an accident. So pretty cool that they've got the speakers located right here. Now that brings me to my next point, is when this roof comes off completely, you've got the bar located right here. It's strategically placed there behind the rear seat passenger. So even the front people and the people in the back all have a clear view of the sky above you. I think it's really, really cool that Ford gave us that option. All right, let's go ahead and pop underneath the hood and take a look at what's going on there. And pardon me holding my cell phone. Our microphone died, so I have to improvise. So my cell phone is now my microphone, and this is pretty entertaining because you're getting to see this live for me trying to figure out the hood lights on the Bronco for the very first time. And there we go. Now this is an extreme pre-production model, and you'll also notice this is a show-going vehicle. So that inverter on top is not standard issue, obviously. That is to power the lights and to power everything that makes it look good while it's sitting at this auto show. And also the wiring is not, I mean, it's not all correct, but nonetheless, you've got two different motors available: a 2.3 liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder and a 2.7 liter V6 EcoBoost. And from what I've heard, and I'm going to find out next week, but from what I've heard, both of those engines have got a lot of power because you have the ability to go up to a 4.7 rear gear ratio in the vehicle. So a lot of pep from what I've been told. One of the main reasons you're going to buy a Badlands is going to be for the suspension, the off-road ability. It's known as the Badlands is going to be the lower speed off-road rider. This thing has got a sway bar disconnect feature, whereas compared to the competitors, you have to be on level, perfectly flat ground and then disengage it. No, you can be completely flexed out in this vehicle, need a little bit of extra suspension travel, hit a button and boom, the vehicle drops down a little bit further to make sure that you've got contact with all four tires, maintaining that traction. But in addition to that, you've got the Haas suspension system. It is their very high-end version of Bilstein position sensitive dampers in the front. I mean, the technology that they put inside of this thing is crazy. And it even features something called trail turn assist, where it actually locks the inside tire as you're turning off-road, so that way the truck literally pivots almost in a circle. And I heard something from one of the Ford guys that they said that there's more circuitry inside the brakes of this Bronco than the original Apollo shuttle that went to the moon. That's wild when you think about that. Let's talk about the roof of the Bronco. The roof is on fire. So this has been kind of a hot topic of debate because originally Ford Motor Company said, okay, if you order a 2021 Bronco, you can get it in the carbonized gray, molded in color top, which is what this is. You also happen to have the ability to go with a black painted modular roof. The only unfortunate thing is because of supplier demand issues and also with the issues with COVID-19 presented, the black modular is no longer available for 2021. So what Ford is doing is they are giving customers that take delivery of a 2021 Bronco and they go with this molded in color top, they're basically giving you $1,000 worth of accessories put onto your Ford Pass account to say, I'm sorry, I know you wanted this top and it's not available. Ford's done a really good job of actually coming through with compensating people who didn't get the top that they necessarily wanted. But rumor has it is you can actually buy those tops in the dealership accessory after the fact. But what's cool about this particular top is a couple different things. This is molded in color, and what I mean by that is the color is literally molded through and through on the top. So very similar to how you have like siding on a house, that if you broke that siding in half, you could see the color is all the way through the actual siding. It's the same thing here. If you put a scratch in this, yeah, you would see the scratch, but it's the same color through and through. So this is going to hide scratches a little bit better than just a normal painted top is. Now, the other cool part is this one's actually got the accessory rail on the top. So you can do things like putting, rooftop tent, or you can put a high lift jack up here. You can do a lot of different things with this particular roof rack. It's really, really nice they give you that ability. And you'll also notice that the top can still come off. So it's mounted to the front and it's mounted to the back. So if you wanted to remove this front panel, you can do that. And it comes off in different sections on the front. So that way, if you wanted to take this side off by yourself, come over to the other side, take the other side off, you don't need two people to remove the front panels on this Bronco. And there you have it. That is our review of the new 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands Edition 2-door. So I'm really excited that we got to bring you this particular video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel with that bell notification turned on. If you haven't already done so, make sure you check out the links down below. We are giving away a Bronco Sport, and with the help of TC Customs, we've completely tricked this thing out before we gave it to you. So make sure you check that out. Every hat that you buy, every shirt, every suspension component, everything you buy on tccustoms.com also gets you extra automatic entries into that giveaway. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a great day.